Search and rescue efforts are underway in the central Philippines to find survivors.
My God, a powerful earthquake struck off the coast of Cebu late this evening, spreading fear, damage, and loss across the region. The quake was measured at magnitude 6.9 by several sources and hit at around 10 p.m. local time. Its epicenter was located about 17 kilometers northeast of Bogo City in northern Cebu. Oh my God! Because of its shallow depth, the shaking was felt more strongly and caused heavier damage to nearby areas. Right after the quake, reports of widespread destruction began pouring in. Homes, public buildings, bridges, and infrastructure all suffered the impact. In Bogo, walls collapsed, roads split apart, and parts of a fire station, commercial buildings, and other facilities were badly damaged. In the town of San Remigio, tragedy struck when a sports complex collapsed during a basketball game, killing multiple people. Among the victims was a child who was hit by falling debris. At least 6 lives were lost in total, including Coast Guard personnel, a firefighter, and local residents. Countless others were injured, and some remained trapped under the rubble. Large areas were left without power, and the local water supply was badly disrupted, leading to urgent pleas for clean water, food, and medical support. Emergency response teams rushed to the affected areas to help with search, rescue, and medical evacuation, as well as to recover those who were missing. In mountain villages, rescuers warned that heavy equipment might be needed to clear debris and reach isolated communities. A tsunami warning was quickly issued for Cebu and nearby provinces, but later lifted after no unusual sea activity was detected. Still, even with the warning removed, residents remained on edge, especially in coastal towns. Aftershocks continued to strike, some stronger than magnitude 4.0, keeping people in constant fear. Officials urged everyone to stay out of damaged buildings and remain in open, safe spaces until structures could be inspected. The impact of this disaster spread far beyond the immediate quake zone. More than 1 million people across the Visayas felt the tremor. In some areas, the shaking was strong enough to crack walls, shatter windows, and topple objects. The tremor reached neighboring provinces, and even distant parts of the Visayas reported strong jolts. Historical and cultural landmarks were not spared either. Several churches in northern Cebu suffered heavy damage, with roofs and facades collapsing. Bridges, municipal offices, and public spaces also showed signs of destruction. Already weak infrastructure in many towns has now been pushed to the breaking point. Local governments ordered the suspension of classes, government work, and other activities in cities and towns across Cebu, including Lapu, Talas, Mandaue, Minglania, Consolacion, and more, to give time for safety inspections and emergency response. In San Remigio, leaders prepared to declare a state of calamity to speed up relief and recovery. Rescue teams, doctors, and volunteers continued working through the night, battling limited visibility, unstable debris, and the constant threat of more tremors. Thousands of residents chose or were forced to spend the night outdoors, in fields or makeshift shelters, too afraid to return to damaged homes. Food, water, medicine, and blankets were being distributed to those displaced. In some areas, the devastation across northern Cebu was overwhelming, and authorities warned that the death toll would likely rise as rescuers reached more communities. People across the region were shaken, both emotionally and physically, and the path ahead looked uncertain. Relief and rebuilding would depend heavily on local governments, national agencies, and aid organizations working together. Tonight, the people of Cebu faced a test of strength and resilience, even as help slowly began to arrive.